go.
Hi, folks.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Ian and Lauren coffee extravaganza.
Iced coffee this time because it's actually warm out. Finally.
She's got iced coffee. I've got nothing.
You drank your coffee?
I drank my coffee.
That's one of the travesties of the show. It's sometimes it's like having a donut but not eating it. You gotta drink your coffee.
Hey, sorry, folks. I'm not at Jasper this week. Change of plans. We have a special day.
Special occasion. Worth changing plans for, I'd say.
Special occasion today.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But we're going to continue the theme of music further into the episode. So that's going to be our theme today once we get to it.
Yes.
For those that don't know, Jasper is a restaurant, but they also do live music. And Ian often performs there. Before this whole pandemic happened, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of which, news time?
Jumping into news.
What's been happening now?
Well,
Well, I heard a lot of places are starting to slowly reopen. Not quite Massachusetts yet, but I think we had a date set for Massachusetts, at least partially reopening.
May 18th, I heard.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, which is happening really soon. Today is the 16th, so that would be Monday.
Kids, stay in school.
So more importantly, if you do happen to go out to these newly reopened businesses, you should still practice social distancing, still wear a mask, and still keep your hands sanitized and clean. That doesn't stop just because those things are open. In fact, you have to do them more than ever now because they're open.
Right. A sanitized room is a clean room.
Truer words have never been spoken on the podcast before. Did you see the video of the goats that escaped? I think it was in California.
No.
This massive herd, I don't know, they must have been from someone's farm nearby. They got out somehow and they were just like pouring down this residential street like a flood. They're eating everyone's plants. It was hilarious. That was some good news. Well, not good news for that town, but for the people watching it. That was funny to see. Anything else for news you want to mention? What else has been happening that in this world? A lot of stuff has been happening in this world.
Our president has gone nuts.
Has gone or has gone nutser?
Has gone nutser.
I like that word. He's gone nutser. Oh yeah, there was another attempt at a stimulus package, which I think got turned down. It says it looks like a $3 trillion one this time.
And don't forget to visit your dentist.
Thank you, Ian. Dental hygiene is very important. I agree. But what are your takes on that? So the stimulus package, is how they would have given money to businesses and people who were unable to work during all this, and it was.
I think that's crazy because I think people need stuff from the stimulus package. So I think it's crazy that it got turned down.
Yeah, hopefully it gets at least reworked and then put back out there for the people to use.
By the way, fans, they've decided to do sports again, but without fans.
I feel like we talked about that last time too. Is this a different story?
Baseball has come back without fans.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last time.
Isn't that sad?
Well, I'm more concerned about how the players, because they have to, be in close proximity, and you can't wear a mask while you're doing hard physical activity like that.
Yeah.
So, and what about wrestling? How it's been suddenly deemed a what's the term they use for essential business? Wrestling's an essential business, so they have to keep having wrestling matches. But I don't want to be grappling a big sweaty guy with his mouth like breathing in my face during this whole thing. Like, how did they handle that?
Yeah. How do they handle wrestling?
I don't know. Hazmat suits. I wouldn't deem that an essential business.
Don't forget to listen to the Ian and Learn Coffee Hour every Saturday, 1 o'clock.
I love when my commercials are advertising the same thing I'm watching. It's like I'm living in this little bubble where the only thing that exists is just that one thing. Oh, are we going to do the brain teaser now?
I don't know. You think we should?
Yeah, I think we've done some good news. We can jump to the brain teaser, and then after that, we'll jump into the meat of the episode.
Today, I'm only going to give you the top question.
Yeah, we have two really good ones, but we only want to do one question per show, so we'll save the other one for next time.
What is a 5-letter word that becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
5-letter word that becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it. So if you think you know the answer, write it down in the comments below and we'll be checking. And maybe, do you remember last week's puzzle? We should probably give the answer to that one, because I don't think anyone guessed that one.
What was last week's puzzle? I forget.
It was the bus one, I think, about the bus driver's eyes.
Oh, yeah. You're driving a bus. 4 people get on, 5 people get off. Next stop, 5 people get on, and 6 people get off. Next stop, 5 people get on, and 7 people get off. Question is, what color are the bus driver's eyes?
I don't know. What color are they?
What color are your eyes, Lauren?
My eyes are brown, Ian. Why do you
Then
ask?
they're brown.
Oh. What, can you explain?
Because at the beginning of the riddle, I said you're driving the bus.
Ah. Clever. So it's basically whoever you're asking the riddle to, their color eyes is the bus driver's eyes. So that would be the answer to the riddle.
Right.
What color are your eyes, Ian?
My eyes are brown.
Okay, we're team brown eyes here. That's a good one. I like that riddle.
I think they're brown. Are they brown?
It's kind of dark in your room. I can't tell right now. You're like a vampire. Okay, well,
One thing I do want to mention is that every musician is now doing live streams. So tune into those.
instead of live performances for people, they've shifted to live streams and things like that.
So make sure you tune into those. There should be one every weekend. In fact, I think there is one every weekend.
Are you talking about a specific musician?
No,
In,
just for every musician, there's a live stream.
so where would we go to find out which streams are happening which weekends? Is there a place we can go to look?
You can go on their website or web page or YouTube and
So
look at their music, and if you like it, comment and like it.
okay. So you basically have to know which band you want to watch a show for and look at their website. You can't go to a specific single page that lists all the ones that are going to happen for everyone.
No,
Oh, well, that would have been convenient. Someone get on that because I want that.
but they do have links to their pages. If you go on YouTube, they do have links to their pages.
I gotta check that out because I get very bored these days. It'd be great to have some live music. Are there any ones that you've seen recently or upcoming ones you would recommend?
I would recommend a friend of mine from Connecticut, Ryan Montbleu. I'd recommend a band called Consider the Source.
Can I just ask you one question? Are these the ones that we were going to go over later too? Or this is something different?
This is something different.
Okay, then go for it.
I would recommend whichever band is your favorite.
That's a very personal one. Personal to each individual listening. And it's
Listen up, because they have shows posted every time, and
it's a good segue into our next segment too, where we were going to each give you 3 musical artists that we really enjoy that we would recommend to other people. Did you want to start us off, Ian, by saying your first one and I'll do my first one after?
does anybody recommend, before we go any further, does anybody recommend music to us?
Yeah, give us recommendations. Maybe hear what we say and go, I know someone who you would like based on what you just said. Give us some recommendations because we need new music right now. That's a great idea. Also, I'm going to close my window. Someone's mowing their lawn and washing their car. Better. Less noisy.
This podcast has been brought to you by Mowing Lawns.
Lawn work. Your neighbors are doing it, but you're not. They do it to annoy you. So yeah, do you want to go first, Ian?
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, well, this is my favorite musician, and he's been in so many bands, so many different projects. He's still working, which is amazing. His voice sounds just as incredible as it did before. Mike Patton is my number one musical artist pick. I just love the way his voice can go super low. He has this super high pitch. He can regulate his vocal cords like a crazy bird. And he's in bands like Faith No More, Tomahawk, Mr. Bungle, Fantomas. He does a bunch of projects. He guest stars on other bands, and when you hear his musical parts, you can recognize his voice straight away. He's influenced a whole bunch of people, so I recommend that you check him out. He's my top pick for sure. What about you, Ian?
I recommend a band called Rusted Root.
Never heard of them.
Rusted Root is very, very awesome. I also recommend a band called N Train.
Well, let's start one at a time because we're going to go back and forth. Is there anything else you want to say about Rusted Roots? Like, what kind of music do they do?
They do I would say rock.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about them?
They've also been featured in a lot of TV shows, I think.
Ooh, like what?
And movies.
Do you know any of them?
I don't know the TV shows, but I know the movies.
Okay. Well, the movies. I'd be interested to hear which ones they're in, if you can think of any.
Well, they have a song in one, maybe one Disney movie.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
So check it out.
Sounds good. Okay, should I do my second one?
Yeah.
Okay, my second band choice is an oldie but a goodie. Not around anymore, but you probably heard their songs, Oingo Boingo, which is the best band to say because it sounds so weird. But they're very 80s. You hear them, you're like, oh, that is so 80s. They did the Weird Science song from the movie Weird Science. And I just love them because they're so upbeat and catchy, and they sing about very crazy things. It's singer Danny Elfman is the singer, and he went on to do soundtracks for movies, especially Tim Burton movies. Does the music in Nightmare Before Christmas. Is a very recognizable sound, and he's the singer, and his musical influence is super apparent in this band, and I think you should check it out. That's my pick. And my song pick is so many good ones. I'll give you a song pick later. But you can go, Ian, if you're ready for the second.
Hold on. Hold on, folks. Killing a stink bug.
Oh, that's going to make it stink. They get stinkier when you do that. That's why they're called stink bugs. I usually pick them up in the napkin and just throw them outside.
I just shoot them off my table.
Okay. Well, that works too. They're a menace this time of the year. They're everywhere.
They really are. Anyway.
What's your second choice?
My second choice is The legendary band.
You said them earlier in your first choice, but I don't remember what you said. N Train?
N Train.
That's
They're a band from Martha's Vineyard.
local.
Um, they're very, they're very, I would say, Caribbean.
Ooh.
Um, very island sound like. Anyway, check them out. If, if they're still around, I believe they are. Um, really, really down to earth band.
Hmm. Nice. Even if they're not still around, you can still listen to their music.
Right.
Cool.
So look them up on YouTube.
So is it N Train as in the letter N, then train?
So EN
Okay.
Train.
All one word?
Yeah.
Okay. EN Train. All one word. Look them up, folks. Okay. My final pick is the band Ghost, which is a pretty recent band. And they're metal, but they're like I would call them more like a mellow metal, not very hard. Some songs maybe a little more than others, but they're very melodic. And they have an interesting theme to them. So if you're super religious, I would kind of not listen to them. But I just love their sound and their aesthetic. They have a really good gimmick going with them, with like the whole kind of like satanic pope thing. But they're really cool, and I love their songs. And Circe, I think is how you pronounce that song. It's one of the most famous like smash hits, and the music video to it is really cool. So definitely check out that song to get a feel. That's one of their heavier songs too. But the band Ghost, it used to be called Ghost BC. So if you see it written as that, that's the same band. And they're still around.
Also, there's a band out there right now. Um, Actually, I don't know if they're around anymore, but there's a band called Pussy Riot.
Oh, I've heard of them. They're the ones, weren't they the ones that did the thing in Russia that got like kidnapped or something? Or is that, am I mistaken?
Yeah, they're they
For
they
prisoners, they were taken prisoner.
they were taken hostage.
Right. Because of their music?
Yes,
Okay. I vaguely remember that story. I don't think I've heard their music actually. I've just heard the news story. Is it good?
I never heard their music.
Oh, so you just wanted to mention them. Give them a little shout
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm going to check them out after this because I'm curious now. Was that your third pick, or are you just going to throw that in?
I that was a throw in.
Okay. So tell us your real third pick.
My third pick is Max Creek.
Mm.
These guys are legendary. They've been around for 40 48 years now, 49 years.
Long time.
And they're still kicking, and they're from Connecticut, and you know also I don't know if um their music festivals are coming back.
Yeah.
I know that they're working on it, but I recommend you go see Max Creek, because they're they're a great band. They're kind of outgoing and out there, and they're just a great band. And yeah.
Good performers. I've seen the videos of them on stage. They're fun to watch on stage. So if you catch any live performance videos of them, watch them. They're fun. And I'm going to give a little shout out just because I happen to be wearing this shirt. The band Creature Feature, everyone. If you like Halloween, they're basically Halloween the band. But I would recommend, their other albums are okay. I like the first album the best. Can't beat it. So, well, that was a good segment. Anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Oh, if you have any extra time, I have those good news stories that we talked about on Friday. I wanted to mention on the podcast too.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that now?
Yeah.
So basically, for everyone who's been waiting to see Hamilton but can't fork over $1,000 in a trip to New York, you're in luck if you have a Disney Plus account because it's coming to Disney Plus streaming on July 3rd. It was supposed to be it's going to be a movie theater release originally for next year, but they released it early for streaming. Did you have any interest in watching Hamilton at all? No.
No.
Really? It's a musical, though. Is that your mom?
Yes, that's my mom, folks.
I think you would like it. It's historical, but it looks like it's fun historical. Like I wasn't interested until I heard a song that I didn't realize it was from it. I'm like, this is a cool song. Who sings this? And I heard it was from Hamilton. I'm like, oh. I actually want to see it now. No, I'm sorry, I'm boring you. Talking about history. Well, the other news, maybe this will bore you less. Bees. The blue bee that was rediscovered in Florida, so it's apparently not extinct like they thought it was possibly, which that is pretty cool. It's a blue bee and it's been rediscovered. So hopefully more blue bees to follow.
By the way, if anybody wants to tune in and give us a trivia question.
Oh yeah, ask us trivia.
Because we
Are bored.
we take what we can get and
Give us free food.
no.
Oh, but I like taking candies from strangers.
No, that's bad, Lauren.
But that's a good idea. If people give us trivia, we can like argue about it on the podcast. Try to figure it out. That'd be a fun segment. Ian and Lauren squabble over trivia. And take candy from strangers.
No, folks, we do not take candy from strangers.
I do. No thanks.
What?
I didn't say anything. Why are you so defensive? I don't know.
Hey, I'm not that defensive.
Well, is there anything else we want to go over?
Everybody stay safe. Have a heck of a weekend.
Yeah. Enjoy your weekend. It's finally turning summer out there. Should we sign off or no?
Remember, we are always on Saturdays at 1.
That's when we record.
That's when we record. We are no longer live.
Though we might go back to being live at some point in the future. And we might have additional shows, not always recorded and uploaded on Saturday in the future. So
Right.
we'll have to play that by ear because that's depending on a multitude of many factors that we can't control right now.
Right.
But we also might have maybe special guests and interviews in the future too.
Maybe. If you're lucky. Are you feeling lucky?
Me?
I don't.
We did lose a bunch of money in Wheel of Fortune earlier today, so maybe we're not that lucky.
Anyway, c'est la vie. We love you people.
Wow.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, mes amis.